Recently, there's been a lot of talks and discussions throughout the Destiny community talking about like 3 major pain points, and I want to cover those 3 points and what I think they are in this video. I want to cover the third one more extensively, but that'll come later in the video. I just want to cover the first 2. The first one being microtransactions. Now, Aztecross did just put out a 30-minute video. It is a fantastic watch, and I push everyone to go watch that video. I'll put it down in the description if you haven't seen it already. It has more than 1 million views, way more than this video is going to get, but if you haven't heard of it for some reason, go check it out. It is a good video. But the gist of it is people, or Bungie as a whole, is making their player base spend more money for a lot of different things in very scummy tactics. He does a really good job of explaining it in the video, so again, go watch it if you haven't seen it. But Bungie is just trying to suck all of the money they can out of their player base, which is kind of working with all the silver purchases, the event passes in the events like Festival of the Lost and the Dawning, spending $10 on like what, a shader and an emote, which most people, if you think about it and like weigh your options if it's worth it, won't buy. But they're also just like increasing prices of seasons and DLCs. Like I paid $100 to get Lightfall, and it's 3 or 4 seasons and a few other things, but for the most part, I don't know, it's a big jump from Witch Queen's annual pass price. Now the second pain point is server issues. People are really upset with server issues. I am one of them, and I think that is the main reason I haven't been playing the game as much. If you guys haven't noticed, I haven't uploaded on this channel in 2 to 3 weeks, strictly because I've barely opened the game in the last 2 weeks. Every time I open the game, I don't know what to do. I sit here and I contemplate, does salvage sound fun? Does raid and LFG sound fun? Do I finish getting my red borders in Rooted Nightmares? And nothing really sounds enjoyable to me. And that brings me to the third point is, am I burnt out? I can't honestly tell. I want to say I'm not, because I still want to play this game. I just don't know what to play. I feel like the season is very lackluster. I don't really enjoy salvage as a seasonal activity. I feel like it's a very boring seasonal activity. It has like the ad density of like a Vanguard strike from double primary meta, and I don't know. It's very like, it's a weird season. Deep dive is a good activity, but I think it's just like a stepping stone. If they want to continue down the roguelike path, I think they could do a very fantastic job. But deep dive isn't it for me, because you get 3 upgrades per deep dive. 1 is guaranteed at the end, which is the heavy ammo one, but you get choices, 3 different choices of 2 different upgrades. And typically one of those 2 upgrades is useless for whatever build you're running. If I want to run around with a sword and I get precision damage, there's no way I'm grabbing that. If I'm on an arc subclass and I want to run, and I get the void damage buff, I'm not grabbing that. If I'm on a hunter and I have Gambler's Dodge with Combination Blow or Radiant Dance Machines or anything, if I just have Gambler's Dodge on, I'm not grabbing a melee cooldown reduction. Like, there's just so many. It might just be hunter issues, honestly, because Arc's really fun right now and Gambler's Dodge is a topic. But I find most, or like half the upgrades, pretty unnecessary and not fun to grab. So I don't know if it's like the activity itself or just what I'm running, but I don't find it that fun. I think Bungie in 2 seasons, if they keep going down this roguelike path, could find a hidden gem. I think they could do a fantastic job with the roguelikes, but if you look at a game like Risk or Rain, you don't have that 50-50 option where one of those choices is useless. You typically have maybe like 5 terrible items, but then you have like 15, 20, 25 items that will help your build tremendously. And you can use stuff like the recycler or whatever it's called. I haven't played Risk in a while, but the stuff where you can like turn your like useless items into scrap and then buy stuff with that scrap to get another upgrade that you want. I know that's a pretty complex system and it's kind of hard to put that in Destiny, but it would be nice to at least have like the upgrades be suited to what you're using. Say I'm using Izanagi's Burden with a linear fusion, and like a void subclass with tether. I feel like my options should be centered around that. Like I should get precision damage or void, like void damage increase, or I should get grenade damage increase, super regen, or something like that. I shouldn't be getting like another element that I am not using to increase the damage for. If I do not have an arc weapon on, I do not want an arc damage increase. And that's just my suggestion for deep dive, but we can talk about more of that in another video. And what else did this season bring? It brought 6 brand new craftable weapons that are all reskins, which I don't personally mind, but people don't like that either. Like, reskin weapons is another pain point, but not so much as like Burnout and other stuff that I think. Anyways, they brought back 6 weapons, and sure, they have the Taken theme on them. They look really cool. They changed the archetypes, but I don't find any of them interesting. I have them all crafted now. I don't have them crafted. I can craft all of them now and level them and get the perks I want. But there's nothing that really interests me, and nothing that really is like, oh, I want to go get that upgrade. Oh, I want to go get this. It's just, they're just there. Like, I got them to get them. I get every seal. I get every crafted weapon. I love playing this game. I have so many hours in this game, thousands of hours, and the only time I've ever taken a break was in Season of the Dawn, because I felt the same exact way. I felt like the seasonal activity was boring. I didn't want to do it. Didn't think of the weapons to pursue. Bright Light was like the only thing to get, and I got the role I wanted. It is now Sunset, so it's deleted, sadly, but it's like, or Bright Light, Breach Light, sorry, correct myself, Breach Light. But it's like, I don't know, it could be Burnout. Let me know what you guys think. I think I might be burnt out, but honest to God, when I am at work or when I get home from work and I think about what game I want to play, it's typically Destiny. But if I open the game or even just look at the icon on my computer sometimes, I'm just like, well, what do I do? If I open this game, what am I going to do? The only things I find fun this season currently is not even the new dungeon. I'd rather do older dungeons, which I think Ghost of the Deep is a fantastic dungeon, don't get me wrong. I think it's very, very good and well thought out and designed perfectly, but I just don't want to do it. I'd rather do like older content. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like the weapon pursuit, or maybe the nostalgia from not doing the past dungeons, but I don't know. I got the wave GL I wanted from the dungeon. Did get the rocket. I don't really care for it. The SMG I still want a roll of, but it's like I have my Callus mini tools, so why would I go get the roll of it? There's like niche little stuff I can go do in the game to improve my loadout, improve my gear, and get the guns I want, but it just feels like too boring to do, which, talking about it, I can see that being Burnout. But I'd still want to play the game. I just don't want to do that stuff. I don't know how to describe it. I hope you guys are understanding. Like, I still find GMs and raids fun, but I work overnight shifts, so I get home 7, 8 in the morning. I don't have friends on typically most of the time. My friends are in college right now. My friends have their own job. So if they do get on their weekends or whatnot, it's typically later in the morning, like 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and I have work that night, so I need to go to bed by like 12 or 1. Now that's more of a me issue, I guess, but it just makes it so I can't do the stuff I like, so I just don't play the game. And I feel like I should have more incentive to play the game as a solo player. That's where I'm going with this. I get like it's a me issue and that I work overnight, so it sucks for me. But I feel like I should want to play the game as a solo player is my point, and I just don't this season. I don't know what it is, but that's just how it is. I don't want to LFG. LFG is kind of boring half the time. No one talks, or like you don't really have connection with people, so you just sit there silent. I really enjoy doing GM still. I really enjoy raids, but like I said, don't have the people to do it with and don't want to LFG. My only thing I've thought of doing is possibly streaming and on Twitch or maybe Kick or whatever you guys prefer, and helping you guys through it. Like anyone who needs help with a GM or a raid, I'm more than happy to help. So if you guys want to see a Twitch stream for me or something with me helping people, I'm more than happy to do that. Let me know down in the comments. But overall, this game with those 3 pain points I mentioned is just, it just piles on. The microtransactions I'm not too bothered about, but that's because I buy the annual pass, so most of it's not really needed for me to buy. Like, I have all the dungeons, I have all the seasons, I have the expansion. But like event passes, when I miss a really cool shader, I'm not going to spend $10 on a shader. So that's kind of like sucks that that's not in the cosmetic pool for the event. I wish it was. It'd be really neat if it was, but sadly, Bungie locked behind a paywall. The bundles in the Eververse store that they locked behind, it's kind of unfortunate. And then the second pain point again, server issues. How does Bungie make so much money and not improve the game? How does it constantly get worse? When will it get better? I know they said that they're working on engine upgrades soon, and hopefully that comes sooner than later. That would be neat. Hopefully, probably around Final Shape era, I would assume. During the release of that, it's probably when we get the upgrades, but we'll see. Hopefully it improves the servers. I think they've been good the last week or so. I know we had like extended maintenance with the update that came out on Tuesday. Or was that last Tuesday? I don't even know anymore because I haven't played the game much in 2 weeks. So I don't know. I just know the last 4 months were really bad for server issues and they were just getting worse. And I think that's the main reason I haven't opened the game is because of the server issues. But it's probably a little bit of both, burnout and server issues. Talking it through out loud in the mic made me realize that. But it's still like, I don't know, server issues are the most annoying thing, man. I saw a clip of Mactix on Twitter getting kicked out of a dungeon at the final boss, I think during a solo flawless. It's like, dude, if you're taking your time doing that, which he's probably not, he's ran out a bunch, but it's like, if someone gets kicked out at boss during a solo flawless, that can be 30, 45 minutes, an hour plus of their time just ruined because they decided to get error code weasel. Oh, well, they didn't decide that. Bungie decided to give them error code weasel, and it's just stuff like that just leaves a sour taste in my throat, or like my mouth, man. Especially with Marathon announced, and it's like, oh, so that's where all the money that we've been giving you has went. That's where all the money from the Sony deal has went. I know they haven't abandoned the game. I know they still have people who are dedicated and care about this game. But seeing it in such a bad state and then them announce another PvP game that has everything a Destiny player would want is very, very heartbreaking, honestly. And I don't know. I just wish the game was in a better state currently. I think I would enjoy it a lot more. Like, maybe if the server issues were fine, I might not play the game still. I might be like, I don't care for the season, so I'm not going to play. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I love this game. I have played it for 9 years. I wish the best on it, honestly. Don't send hate my way. Don't say I hate this game, because I really don't. I've put several thousands of hours into this game. It is my most played game by far, and I would say it is my favorite game. So please don't send hate my way. I just want to have a general conversation. How do you guys feel about the game? Let me know down below. I'll be down there answering all questions. But yeah, I just want to have conversations, see how other people feel. This conversation's made me feel like I think I might be a little more burnt out than I realized, but I don't know. It's a weird point in Destiny. Again, if you guys want to see Twitch streams, you guys need help with GMs or anything, I'm more than happy to help. Just let me know and I'll start streaming in the mornings because I just play video games anyways, so might as well stream them. If you're new here, leave a subscribe. I post build videos and tips to help new players, and I will try to continue doing that throughout the season. Playing today to get the gameplay has made me want to play a little bit more, but again, I just don't know really what to play. So maybe if I try out a build this weekend, it will change. So we'll see. Other than that, I hope you guys have a good day. And yeah, see you down in the comments.